Hi, my name is Elise McCarthy, and this year for work study, I went to Douglas Elementary School for Mrs. Anderson's fifth grade class, and it was a blast. In a general sense, I learned basically how the classroom works and how to get along with the kids, how to work with the kids, and also learned a little bit of fifth grade math at the same time. And not only did I learn just generally how to work with them, but I also learned a lot about myself because going into this year, it was a really top thing on my list, like wanting to be an elementary school teacher. And I'm not saying it was a bad experience, but it did help like narrow my options. I just couldn't see myself doing that like for the rest of my life, basically. There was nothing really specific that happened that made me not want to be a teacher, but there were just moments that were like, man, I just can't see myself doing this. Like, especially like when Miss Anderson would be teaching and I'd just be watching and like the kids would just shout out. Like, I would have just like personally, I would have like not been able to handle that situation. Like, I know like you learn a lot in college, but like I just like me as a person, I just wouldn't be able to like calm situations down or like deal with crazy kids, you know? And there's a lot of them, and there's just one teacher, usually. So, yeah. And I kind of just decided to go in a different direction because of it, and there was nothing wrong with it. I just couldn't see myself doing it personally. If I were to become a teacher, though, I would probably do high school or like late middle school instead of elementary school because that age is just a little bit too crazy for me. But I am doing something else instead, so it doesn't matter. Another thing I learned was just like the kids themselves, which I really enjoyed. It was just like the individual kids learning about their personalities, like not only learning like their names, which was hard at the beginning of the year, just like learning their personalities and like how they think. Like I feel like I learned the kids themselves, which was really fun to learn about. So for positive and negatives, some of the best parts were just like the people I met in general and like the new experiences I got to see because growing up I always loved like playing school like when I was younger and just I loved like being close with my teachers, especially in elementary school, middle school, and I just always loved like the inside of that whole idea, and it was really exciting for me to finally see like the teacher's perspective, I guess. And yeah, and this experience there were no negatives at all, except there was sometimes some kids because I did go around a lot, like helping kids with like math problems and science, like they'd have certain questions. And sometimes I would have students who would like try and take advantage of that because I was like not always in the classroom and I wasn't like a teacher. They would like take advantage of that and like try and get the answers out of me or just like call me over for every single question to help them because they thought it would, I don't know. Another slight downside was the fact that I couldn't go that much because I either dropped the class or it was like first block in the morning, so the school wasn't open yet. So if there was somebody next year who did want to go somewhere that was they could go more often, I would say either go to like the middle school or go like a different place that was open like all the time or opened earlier, you know? A memorable moment for me, it was when there was this one girl in the class who she always had a little bit trouble staying focused, I guess. But I remember she was one of the kids who would sometimes use me a little bit. And then sometimes when they would be doing classwork, she would get up and go to her like cubby where all her like backpack and everything was, and she'd pull out a mirror and she'd just stand there, or she'd bring it back to her desk and she'd look at herself in the mirror. It was really cute and it was kind of funny, but it wasn't it wasn't very good because she used to like get off task a little bit by doing that. But I thought it was a little bit funny, and yeah. Another memorable moment also kind of relates to that idea that kids would take advantage of me sometimes, and there was this one kid, and they were learning to like multiply fractions, I'm pretty sure, and I just remember he kept calling me over every question, and he would be like, yeah, I don't get it, yeah, I don't get it, and I was like, no, just it's like and that's another thing that like personally why I couldn't be a teacher. Like, it's just kids that just give up easily like that. Like, I didn't know how to deal with that situation. I was like, he was just like, yeah, I don't get it, and I just help him with every single question, and he did get it. He just wanted the guide, and it just was very frustrating, but it was funny, so I don't really care. But yeah, there were also a lot of good memories. I'm only giving negative ones, but there were times when the kids would like make Mrs. Anderson drawings or like something cute like that, and I thought that was really cute, and that did kind of help hurt my decision. So I don't know. And like I really liked having like conversations with the kids especially, and that was just like very memorable. And I just remember this one girl, she would come up to me a lot and she'd be like, do you know Miss Novicki? Yeah, that's my mom's best friend. And she would say that all the time, like every day. I'd be like, yeah, I know Miss Novicki. I would definitely recommend going to Mrs. Anderson's fifth grade class. And although the kids can be a little crazy sometimes, especially when they have like indoor recess or when they have like free time, snack time, they do get a little bit wild. You have to really keep track of them. But besides that, it's like Mrs. Anderson herself. She's a great teacher. She is like, she's definitely one of the best. Like, I have nothing bad to say about her, and she was always good at keeping me on task. Like, oh, just go around, help people out. Can you put these in the cubby or in the mailboxes? Can you take these from the bulletin board? Like, she's definitely good at giving me tasks to do, which was good because I always had something to do. It was fun. And then just as a person, she was great. Like, I just loved talking to her about life and stuff. But besides that, the class, the environment, everything was so positive and so good, and I definitely would recommend it to somebody. I really just respect Mrs. Anderson and the qualities that she has as a teacher. And if you are someone who like thrives in that environment and like has those qualities, then I would definitely 100% recommend doing something as a job in like the teaching industry, in the school learning, and if not even at least like doing a work study experience like that, because you do learn a lot and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, overall I'm very, very grateful for this year, and I think I've learned a lot, and it's definitely driven me in the right direction. And just, it was definitely a very cool experience just being on the other side of things. I do wish I could have seen like an older class though. That's the only thing. Like being part of like a middle school classroom, because it definitely would be a little bit different. But at the same time, I feel like this classroom itself did teach me a lot that I need to know about what I want to do moving forward. And yeah, I wouldn't take it back. I just want to say I'm very thankful for all the teachers and students and counselors who let me have this experience, because it was not only fun, but it was very educational, and not only education wise, but also self growth wise. And yeah, that's all. Thank you so much.